Hello and welcome to this edition of Media Vision. In today's episode, we meet Media Super's new CEO, Graeme Russell, and find out what's in store for the fund this year. Graeme, thank you for joining us today. Now, you've been on board since late March. How are you finding it and what are your first impressions?
It's good. It's really good. This is a fund that's got a dynamic base of creative people across a range of creative industries. That's exciting. The fund's well positioned to help members save into retirement and beyond retirement. And our board and staff work within the industries or have worked within our industries, so they're really well connected and understand what employers and members want in these industry sectors.
And you yourself come with a wealth of experience. Can you talk me through some of the roles that you've previously had and how that will help you in this role?
Sure. For the last almost 5 years, I've been the CEO of a smaller industry fund, First Super, which serviced the forestry, pulp and paper and furniture sectors. So I've got direct CEO experience with an industry fund with a broad member base. Before that, I was for almost 20 years, I think, a trustee director of Just Super, which was the industry fund for journalists, actors and entertainers, and which joined with Print Super in 2008 to form Media Super. So I've got a history going back that long with the fund. And thirdly, quite some time ago now, I was a part owner and director of the publisher of the Melbourne Times and a couple of other important community newspapers in Victoria.
You mentioned that as a fund you're part of member industries. Is that why you continue to invest in Australian film and TV? Oh,
absolutely. And that was a funding arrangement that took us years to figure out. Media Super is unique in the way in which it is involved in financing Australian film and television, and we're pretty proud of that. We intend to continue investing in that space. It delivers good returns, about 8% per annum over the journey since we've invested. But it also provides good benefits to our members. And look, we'll be looking for other opportunities to invest in our industry sectors.
So film and TV is part of the investment strategy. What other areas are you focusing on?
Well, look, we've, for a long time, industry funds have been invested in infrastructure, both Australian and international infrastructure. So we invest in roads, in airports, in power and water services, and in clean energy. And just recently, industry funds banded together to buy the rights to operate the Port of Botany and the Port of Kembla. So we're continuing to invest in long-term assets like those because they deliver steady long-term returns, which matches the period for which our members are saving. And it's a good investment in infrastructure, particularly in Australia, where we need significantly greater investment.
What do you think are the key issues facing industry super funds?
Well, look, I think there's two immediate challenges that we're focused on. One is that the big banks that own superannuation providers are increasingly trying to take market share, as you would expect them to do. They have much bigger distribution networks than we have, and they have deeper pockets. So that's a challenge for us. What we need to get better at is to point out the differences between industry funds and some of the other funds. For example, as a not-for-profit fund, we don't need to find the money to also pay for exorbitant executive salaries, and the banks pay exorbitant salaries, or to pay dividends to shareholders. I think the second challenge is self-managed super funds, that there's financial planners and accountants focused on encouraging people to set up their own super funds. In some instances we've seen, I think, inadequate explanation of the pitfalls of having a self-managed super fund. A lot of focus on the benefits, but not much focus on the risks. And we think, we need to make it clear to people that these are risky things sometimes, and contrast that with the benefits of being in an industry fund.
Okay, so what's coming up in 2013 for Media Super?
Well, it's a big year, 2013, for all super funds because the government's Stronger Super reforms start to kick in earnestly. So from the 1st of July, we'll be offering what's called a My Super product, which is a low-cost product for members, and there'll be quite a number of other funds offering that. There's various other regulatory changes that we need to respond to. very importantly, from the 1st of July, the compulsory employers' superannuation contributions increased from 9% to 9.25%, on their way to 12%. And that's really going to help people increase their retirement savings, particularly young people who've got time on their side.
And you're also looking at providing members with even more information about the different investments that the fund's doing?
Yes, we've already been pretty good, I think, at disclosure, but members want more transparency. We're happy to provide that transparency. So we have an asset disclosure project that will see us provide increasing detail on the things that we're invested in.
What are you hoping to achieve in your time with Media Super?
Look, I think my focus is going to be on achieving the outcome whereby Media Super is seen by everyone in the industry as an integral part of our industries. So that's by industry associations, by employers, by unions and by the members, that we really are a partner with them in looking after their superannuation and related needs. Because, you know, unlike any other fund really operating in our industry, we are focused on these industries and we are the industry fund for creative people.
And that's what sets you guys apart?
Oh, absolutely. I think that's fundamentally the difference. That's our focus. We are the industry fund for creative people.
Well, thanks, Graeme, for joining us today.
Thank you.
And of course, for further Media Vision updates, please visit the Media Centre.